We had a really good conversation. We uncharacteristically stayed on topic for most of it.
Yeah. What's going on there?
Even John made a couple good points, and it was a good show. Needlessly attacking John as part of the intro. Just trying to see if I can get a reaction. So we're going to talk about the TikTok ban that hopefully doesn't get any actual progress through Congress.
So dumb.
So dumb, so dumb.
It
But
could be the American Brexit. This is my favorite point from the whole episode.
yeah, lots of agreement in this episode. Important topic. Stay informed. I get to introduce the story because I do love TikTok. I think John was joking when he said that, but I like this headline. The ban of TikTok may just be the beginning. This is a story from Wall Street Journal, and it's really interesting to see what happens with the TikTok ban. We've touched on it a couple times, but what do you think, John, about this TikTok stuff that's happening?
Can I just say, I've kind of gotten into TikTok in the last week or so.
Yes.
I know.
And by the last week, you mean you logged in once and have been scrolling ever since?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Oh my
Shame
God.
on you. Shame. So, side note, I've also been getting into TikTok. I'm kidding. Just kidding. What are my thoughts?
John.
My thoughts are this could be very undemocratic.
Yeah,
This
I
bill,
agree.
I skimmed the bill, and some things jumped out at me, and obviously now people are talking about this, which is that they are proposing a 20-year, up to 20-year imprisonment, plus up to $1 million fine for people caught trying to access forbidden applications through something like a VPN. What? Like, this is so absurd.
You're
cannot
talking
see this
about
passing.
this is a bill in China for Chinese citizens trying to access stuff on
Oh,
VPNs.
no. Sorry. This is a bill for U.S. citizens
I
Oh,
think you nailed it.
okay.
in America.
Okay.
That is
okay.
Was it 686? Bill 683? I don't remember the number, but we can link it. It's a lot of legal bullshit jargon, but the nitty-gritty of it is that they are using the ban of TikTok as a cover to gain crazy control over the United States internet. Just internet at large, like in general.
Mhm.
This is really bad news. And we've talked about the TikTok ban. Obviously, some of us want it banned, some of us don't want it banned, but the solution is not to ban the application. The solution is to fix the broken system. AOC actually on TikTok covered this, which was super interesting. I sent it to you guys.
It was great. I love it.
Where she was basically like, TikTok isn't the problem. Everyone else is doing what TikTok is doing, which is true. They're just sending it to different countries or different servers and not China. It being copious, gigantic amounts of data on American citizens. And the solution is to protect American citizens' data. The solution isn't to block off a bad actor from accessing it. It's to block off all actors from accessing it.
You need privacy regulations, federal privacy regulations. Although, interesting thing that came up on our Discord server, which everybody should join after they subscribe, please, was that one thing that nobody's talked about is the way that TikTok can influence people. Oh, cool. We have a graphic. Yeah, I forgot about that. Well done. That's our recently rehired graphics editor that we taking advantage of
Really great
job market lately. So the way that the TikTok videos themselves could influence opinion. So, like, for example, if TikTok slanted towards putting a lot of left-wing videos, then there might be more votes in that area, and nobody seems to have talked about that. And I think that's actually quite a powerful effect of TikTok.
Yeah, I think that's a point Mark the Geek in Discord makes often, and also to me in person.
Yeah,
but this is
good point.
This is not new. And this is what one of the points of the TikTok CEO, whose name I forget, during his Congress hearing, I think it was.
Racist impression.
Nope.
Okay.
And he said, what about Cambridge Analytica? It's the same bullshit. Look at Facebook. You guys did nothing.
Or Russia buying ads during the 2016 elections.
Now, I'm not a fan of whataboutism, but the man has a fucking point in that we have external powers influencing the US election over and over again. Like, this is not new. This keeps happening. And no matter the platform, X, Y, Z, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, doesn't matter, Twitter, it doesn't matter what the platform that you choose to mention on the day. The problem is that there's no work being done on stopping these types of influences. Super scary stuff.
Plus, it's total. It's like a high profile case. Everybody knows TikTok. They can get a lot of publicity for this. Yes, there's two separate issues. There's the privacy, which the U.S. has done nothing about, and then there's the national security. If you even say, okay, it's not really about privacy, it really is about national security. China has invested. They own companies in the U.S. They own debt of the U.S. They own real estate in the U.S. China as a country has so much money invested in the U.S. TikTok is like a drop in the bucket. So either way you look at it, if you say it's national security, well, bullshit. You're doing this one tiny thing when there's this huge actual national security issue. If you say it's about privacy, well, that's bullshit too, because there's all these other known privacy issues. So you're just picking this one thing to get on TV about.
Yeah, honestly, from outside the US, it really seems like it's one of those things that's so clear cut that it's obviously it's just a ploy to get some like restrictive control regulation in there that's going to benefit Republicans. That they just like telling people what to do, basically. Oh, don't have abortions, don't be gay, don't like whatever.
Porn.
I'm not the one making it political for once.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so clear. But I mean, that's the point of it.
This is definitely who's pushing it, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's also Democrats that are pushing the same thing, because this is ultimate control. Now, to pump the brakes for a second and think of how you could regulate something like this, you would need to create the equivalent of the Chinese firewall.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean if they were actually going to ban it?
If you wanted to enforce it, if you wanted to ban applications on a whim like this, you would have to basically inject. I don't even know how you could do something like this because of how easy it is to spin up your own VPN server on. Okay, I say that like anyone can do it. Obviously not true, but how easy it is to actually circumvent. Yeah.
Engineer.
No, but the problem isn't even the ban. The problem is, how are they going to enforce it? That means, are they going to be just monitoring actively every internet service provider in America and every connection? And then now we're also talking about how are they going to infiltrate or break TLS? Because how would you know where I'm going beyond that I hit a foreign website, right? Like, yes, they can see.
Hates that.
Right. Sorry. But China also most likely put root certs on a bunch of devices that people are using. Like,
actually, what they're going to be doing. So there's the thing with TLS 1.3. TLS 1.2 does not encrypt the host header when you send a web request, which is it tells you which website you're trying to get to, but the rest of the connection is encrypted. But TLS 1.3 has a thing called encrypted client hello, or ECH, which actually does encrypt that bit of the header requests. And they're going to modify the firewall to disallow any connections which use TLS 1.3. They're just going to ban them outright. It's like, no, you have to use the vulnerable version. They really hate it. What they should do, though, is build a wall and get China to pay for it. I think that's been done before, right? That proven strategy.
A virtual wall.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
in the metaverse. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it.
Man.
Where has the
I can see
metaverse
it.
gone, by the way?
Oh, that was so 2022. We're talking about
gone.
AI now, Peter.
Right.
It's AI now.
Gone.
It's AI now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh God, there's so
well.
much to hate about this whole. It's
Yeah.
political theater.
Yeah.
It's useless. Like, yeah, it's gonna turn into the new Patriot Act. Like, oh, we have to have this. Sign it.
This is because they're pitching it as a national security threat, which is exactly how they got the Patriot Act
Fucking
in
disaster.
the first place. It was to track terrorists at home and abroad, and it did fuck all. And
the
now
way they got that through. Sorry, John.
No. Go.
Yeah? Oh yeah.
My
the way
brain
they got it
has
through.
left the thought.
The way they got it through was after a major event. So what they need is a high-profile thing. Which
don't give them ideas, Peter.
Being caused by TikTok. But the problem is that there aren't any high-profile terrorist attacks being caused by TikTok. They need some sort of massive security issue caused by TikTok, and then they can get this thing through. This stuff happens all the time. There's Section 230. There was the what do you mean called the Pirate Act from 10 years ago. These skins are on a cycle. It gets tried, it gets put down because it's dumb, and then they wait a couple of years, and then lobbyists
and then they try again. We will honestly. I cannot see a world where this gets through. The amount of companies, because what you're doing is now you're really scared of doing business. If you're an online business of any sort, serving 1 million or more customers, I think was for some reason in there. Why the fuck would you want to be here if the United States can just shut you off and all of your investment into the market on a whim?
But this could be America's Brexit. I did not think Brexit would happen because it was so dumb. And now years later, people are going, oh, you know what? That wasn't such a great idea. But, having very long-term negative effects on the entire UK economy.
We already have a lot of those things.
Yeah. Well, really? Yeah, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, you've got a few. So maybe another one.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot see it happen. But who knows? You never know. Like you said, no one thought Brexit was actually going to happen. No one thought Donald Trump was going to fucking win the election. So things just happen. So the good thing is that war cries are already being had. People are rallying about this. They're really Twitter is covered with it. It is a big deal. Hopefully nothing comes out of it, but shame on you, United States government.
Best case scenario, we never have to talk about this again.
Yep.